dead, Jim. He's 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 dead, Jim.
I love that. I love McCoy.
He's dead, Jim.
We've got a he's dead and a she's dead.
There we go.
For all occasions. For anybody that dies.
They're dead.
There you go.
Hey, we got to get that one.
My pronouns are he and dead. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Trek in the Valley, the non-encyclopedic Star Trek The Original Series rewatch and recap podcast, where myself, Adam Ordall Quinnell, and my co-host...
Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Al Hirt here.
Mr. Al Hirt, we get together in the sweaty ass of the San Fernando Valley.
Yeah.
And we discuss an episode of Star Trek, the original series, for you, so you don't have to watch
honestly.
something.
No, this third season, you better be thanking us.
This is for you.
This is a lot here.
This is for you, the two people on Twitter who have said that's why
Shout
they
out.
listen to us. So it's hot. And that's okay.
It's
we live in
July.
We live in Southern California. It's gonna happen
In the valley.
in that we live in the hottest part of the hot. Like that's what I was trying to tell somebody on the phone today at my day job. They were like talking about the heat and such, and I was like, "Well, we're in the valley, so it's 10 degrees hotter
warm.
here than it is in fucking downtown LA or whatever." But yeah, so we just get together. We talk about the episode we watched last week. We discuss a new episode. We give it a little rating. We have fun.
We have our takes on it, and then our recommendations at the end.
Yeah, we have fun. I don't know what I'm going to recommend today. I have an idea. I have an idea, and I'm not proud of it, but there is something that I watched recently that there's something I watched recently. This will be a teaser for the end. Suspense. There's something I watched recently that I expected to be unwatchable shit. And then I was like, whoa, I laughed. They made me a thing that I thought was going to be just terrible made me laugh. And I find that
Fascinating.
Ah, there we go.
good little drop there. So Al, another thing that we've been doing the last few weeks here, we've got our little segment, what does Al remember about last week's episode? So last week's episode, do you remember what it was?
Tholian's Web.
The Tholian Web.
Yes.
And what do you remember, sir, about the Tholian Web?
I don't remember how they got caught in it. Oh, yes. So they're flying out to rescue the Defiant. They're on the Defiant.
I think they're flying around out there.
Yes. First, they're flying around out there.
That's going to be the first t-shirt we ever make. Star Trek, flying around out there. Okay, continue.
Out there somewhere. Yeah, they go on the Defiant. Bones is like trying to touch someone or something on the back, tap him on the back, and his hand goes through, and he's like, oh shit, my hand's phasing. And then they're all phasing, and Kirk is like, all right, the three of you get off. Go beam back to the Enterprise. I'll stay here. I'll hang back. And Spock's like, no, you shouldn't do that because and Kirk's like, shut up, I'm the captain. So then he stays on the Defiant, and then he kind of like phases out of existence while Scotty's trying to beam him back.
Kirk looked at him and said, I'm the captain now.
Yeah,
Captain
right.
Phillips, remember? Boom. Continue.
And so then, and Chekhov sees it fade away. That's like one of my favorite parts. He's like, it's gone.
It's gone. That was good. You did a good Chekhov.
Anyways, it's missing. They're freaking out. Spock takes over. I think that's why we really like the episode, is because Spock's captain.
But where's the web, Al?
The web's coming.
Okay.
So they're phased out, and they're in this space, and what is it? Some energy. Oh, the radiation coming from the Defiant or whatever is like sapping the energy on the Enterprise, and everybody's like, we gotta leave, and Spock's like, no, we're gonna stay, because if we move, the space-time fabric will ripple or whatever, and we might not find Kirk again.
They're in weird space.
Then these aliens come out, the Tholians. They look pretty cool.
Dude, yeah, they had like,
they looked like
heads, right? They had like Dungeons and Dragon dice head.
Yeah,
they had like a tetrahedral head or some shit. And and then it was just red static.
That's right.
Fucking, that was pretty good.
That was cool. I was getting it mixed up with the Shin Godzilla looking alien. That was in the other episode.
Yes.
Anyways, they're like, hey, what the hell are you doing here? Get out of here. And Spock's like, Kirk's phased out. He'll be back in 2 hours, I swear. And they're like, all right, bet. We'll be here for 2 hours.
We're going to blow you. We're going to fucking kill you.
Yeah, we'll kill you in 2 hours. So what ends up happening, though, I think they stay, and then Kirk doesn't phase back immediately.
The phasing is weird because the Tholians came into the space and fucked shit up.
Because of them coming in.
They made the ripples.
Yes. And then they try to fight the Tholians. They're dead in the water. Everybody's pissed off at Spock for not fighting enough. Because McCoy goes like, oh, a real captain would have done this and that. And it was really fucked up.
McCoy's a real dick.
And then the Tholian spaceship, I guess, there's two of them. And they kind of like split off and start doing this web pattern.
They go butt to butt. It's very strange. It's like they go ass to ass, like they're two spiders, and then their butts touch, and then they make this web, and the remastered web.
Yeah, and everybody's freaking out. Spock and Bones fight. Like, they get really pissed off at each other. I forget how they get out of it, but they somehow get Kirk back.
Fucking Kirk leaves them a message that encourages them to work together. And then Kirk ends up showing up like a ghost.
Yeah, but he shows up in different rooms.
Oh, and they think Uhura's crazy.
Yeah, that part was really fucked up, too.
They gaslight the fuck out of Uhura.
Yeah, and then Scotty sees it, and they're like, well, maybe she isn't that crazy.
A drunk Scotsman
that murdered women with Jack the Ripper's soul maybe 3 years ago.
Do we really know that all the Jack the Ripper's soul is gone from Scotty? Run a tricorder over that Scotsman.
So then they somehow get him back, but then the Tholians respect them. I don't know. They get along with the Tholians. No.
What happens is they get Kirk back, and then at the last second, when they kick their engines on or whatever, the weird space catapults them out of the web.
Oh, that's right. They like whip themselves out.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, that's probably why I didn't remember.
Why didn't they just have the web stop or something? I
don't know. They didn't really defeat the problem. They were more just like, hey, this time space is so disrupted, we can use it as a whip. Whip us out of here. It's kind of like...
I thought that it just happened. And they were like, whoa, it whipped us out of there.
Maybe.
But maybe
they
had... I can't remember. It's been weeks.
Right.
But I thought it was like... I thought it was like they did something, and then they're like, oh, whoa, shit.
Well, okay.
Right on. We're done.
Let's get out of here.
Peace out, Tholians.
It reminds me of... was it the movie where they had to like go back in time or something? Or they had the... Oh, it was a movie. It was the third movie the fourth movie, the Star Trek movie with the
nuclear
whales.
Vessels, yeah.
And they had to go do a whip around the sun. Yeah. They had to whip to get back in time, I think. Well, or go somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was their time machine. Yeah, that's how they went.
And then remember the one time when the episode just started and they were back in the past, like it was really easy to do?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, good job, Al.
Yes.
You remembered the fuck out of that episode. Yeah. Good job. This week,
it was very good.
This week is that was a pretty good one. This one is not as good to me.
I think there's hits, there's highs and lows. The highs for me, I'm a sucker for the guest actor.
It's funny, and like I'm into like it makes me laugh and is weird and kitschy and cool.
Really big lows though.
What is the
one scene in particular?
Who's the main dude that we Michael Dunn.
Michael Dunn. Shout outs to Michael Dunn.
Little person actor Michael Dunn. He fucking kicks ass.
Yes.
All right, let's watch this. So. This episode, watch it. We got to do all the stuff. God damn it. So, this week's episode, we're talking about Plato's Children. And this episode aired on November 22nd, 1968. It's around Thanksgiving. This is a Thanksgiving episode.
Okay.
And the synopsis from Shakespeare over at Paramount Plus is Platonians use psychokinetic power to toy with the crew.
Okay.
Good.
There we go. Yeah.
Killed it. Good job. Good job. We start with a fantastic remastered shot.
Yeah,
oh my God.
Cool.
They're at like an Earth-like planet. They don't fuck around at all. It opens with them beaming down because there's a planet that's rich in kieranite deposits, which is a very rare, long-lasting source of energy. And that will be important later.
Gotcha.
And so then they say there's no life signs on the planet. Then they get down and there's like columns, like Greek columns, Roman columns,
and it's like,
and shit.
God, here we go, more Adonis shit. But
it's very much like that shit. And then they meet Alexander, the dude who is he's one of these Plato's stepchildren.
Yeah. But a jester, I guess.
Yeah, he's essentially the court jester. And
that's what I like about these episodes, though, now is that they're really getting right into it. They don't really mess around. They're not like analyzing the planet before they land. They're just on it.
Yeah. And he explains that what happened, he's like, you probably haven't heard of us because we're a secretive planet.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm.
And let me see here. So it's so fucked up because he just says, our leader, let's see here. Let's actually
likes Plato's ideas.
Yeah. So they said that their original star Sandara burnt out, and they were traveling through the universe, and he liked, who are the inhabitants of this planet? Oh, Platonians. I'm sure you've never heard of us. Our native star is Sandara. Millennia ago, just before it went nova, we managed to escape. Our leader liked Plato's ideas. Platonius, see? Excuse me, what the fuck?
Just because of that connotation, we just changed our entire culture.
Yeah, and then once again, the character just says the title. He goes, our leader, Parum calls us Plato's children, but I think we're more like Plato's stepchildren. And that's the name of the episode.
You did the thing.
Here's what's fucked up about this Plato shit. He just says our leader liked Plato's ideas. Like, he doesn't say how they came upon Plato's ideas.
Nope.
And they mention it later. They mention it later that they were just hanging out on Earth during Plato's time, and then when things became more modern, they just fucked off.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. Oh, maybe they must have left with the Greek gods.
Yeah, right. They hitched a ride and just got dropped off here. And then this guy gets pulled off screen as though somebody's controlling his actions.
Dude, that's definitely my favorite gag, where they're just like, well, they're kind of jerking their bodies awkwardly and their hips.
There is so much
to show, I guess, control. There
is so much kooky shit in this episode, dude. Yeah. And so here's we find out what the deal is. Their leader Parum is wounded, and it's just like a scratch, right? But they ain't got no doctors, and they're long-lived people, so it's gonna get infected. So basically, this long-lived dude's infected, and then when Bones is gonna give him a hypo spray to give for the pain, the dude controls the hypo spray with his mind. What?
Yeah, it was really weird to just give your hand away like that, just to be like, hey, I got powers.
Well, they do it. It might be, I think,
like a power move.
I think they did it as a show of force. Yeah,
right.
They were like, you can't fucking take advantage of the fact that I'm in a debilitated state because I have powerful mind power.
I don't know. I'd rather show that later. Do a little Yoda reveal.
Right. Oh, speaking of Yoda reveal, are you watching The Acolyte? Spoiler alert.
No, I haven't actually. I need to catch up.
It's pretty good.
All anyways, right. Yeah, so it's like...
So they have to treat this guy, and they have powers, and Kirk and Bones and Spock are figuring shit out.
It's kind of like they help him out, and they're just these interesting aliens, but they're dicks.
That's new, right? We've never had super powerful alien brains that are dicks.
It's probably... This is giving a combination of two. It's a combination of like... the Mafia episode where they're just like, we just read this book and just based our whole lives off of it. And then the other one with the prince, and he's like really into the old fashioned stuff, and he fucks with the crew, and like his parents end up picking him up.
Oh yeah, yes. Charlie X.
No, that's another one though.
Oh, okay.
Charlie X, and no, it was this prince. It was like Esquire or something.
Oh, okay.
I think you remember Squire Gothos.
Oh yeah,
yes. Squire Gothos, and then the Mafia thing. I feel like it's a mishmash of these two. Yeah, man, got the references now down.
Good job, dude. Good job. And so basically, this Parum guy is in a bad way, and we find out that the reason the simple cut is so serious is because they ain't got no doctors, and Bones is having trouble because he can't. They're these Platonians don't show up on any of their tricorders and shit. So he can't like formulate a cure.
Yeah.
He's got to just kind of guess. And at the time, two of the other Plutonians are playing chess with these huge, heavy chess pieces, and they're making Alexander move the pieces around, even though they could just do it with their minds.
Yeah, and these pieces are like massive, heavy-looking vases.
And this woman, this beautiful lady, Barbara Babcock, who plays Philana, she is a very famous actress.
Oh, okay.
And so, Cable Ace Awards. And so she is basically saying that they've had these powers since they got to the planet, and they are the results of a mass eugenics program on Sandara to go off, like as the sound was going to go nova. They did eugenics, and that led to 38 people who went off planet before their sun exploded.
So from the get-go, they already kind of have like this superiority of like,
we
dicks. Deserve this.
Yeah, they're eugenics people. That's the worst.
Yeah.
And so she says she stopped aging at 30, and
that's right.
And she's 2,300 years old.
Wow.
What the fuck? And Bones is just like lifts his head up. He's like, I'm trying to make a fucking thing for this. I can't listen to some crazy shit. I don't have time to process that information. I gotta figure out how to cure this guy. It's not on my track order.
So it's just a bunch of people that have just been chilling out for years with their powers.
And all they do is like philosophize. They're off in these chambers thinking. Oh boy. Do
you know what? Yeah, go ahead.
Lay it on me. No, I've been talking.
I'm sure we both are thinking the same thing, but as soon as the, what's the main guy's name? Parman. As soon as Parman's like freaking out, getting injured and flinging all the things around, I was thinking of that movie Logan. Where
Professor X.
Yeah. What happens to everybody though in that movie? Does he cause like an earthquake or everybody has a big headache or something?
Logan? In Logan, I can't remember how. I
can't remember it. No, but like whenever, what is it called? Patrick Stewart. Whenever he has like
when he gets stressed out.
A stress?
Yeah, when he gets upset or confused.
Well, he ends up doing like a nuclear blast of like messing with everybody's heads, right?
And remember that scene? Yeah, and then they have to, and that's
Vegas
why
lobby.
Yeah, and that's why Logan has. I mean, a similar thing happened, dude. It's great. So good. So Logan is great because there's this actor Boyd Holbrook who plays the villain in it, and he is fucking great, dude. And he's in so many other things now. He's really having a moment. He was the villain in the first series of The Sandman.
Oh yeah.
And if you haven't watched The Sandman, that shit is fucking great. That they really nailed it. I've only read a few of the books, but they did it. So this lady tells them that she's 2,300 years old, and then Parham is throwing stuff around with his mind. And not only is there chaos in the room, the Enterprise is flipping around and
that's
stuff.
Right.
Scotty's like there's an earthquake in space, Doctor. Oh, Captain, we're in the midst of a storm. And they're talking about like they're a boat.
Yeah.
He says,
I guess the space is water to them, right? They're dead in the water. They always say that.
Emergency gyros and stabilizers at maximum.
The gyroscopings are gyrating.
Up your shaft.
So Kirk wants them to just pull out of orbit, and they can't because they're locked in tight.
Whatever that means. I don't know. It was, again, giving the whole superpower that Charles Xavier has of just controlling a huge chunk of the planet with just his mind. That's got to be freaky.
And then there's a long sequence where Parham, even after he gets a shot to calm down from Bones, he makes Alexander and Kirk fight, and Alexander's throwing shit around. And then Bones gives him yet another shot, and Alexander's getting force choked basically by this Parham guy.
So weird. And like you see Kirk kind of like cradling and holding
trying
Alexander.
To break his own grip because
it's super sad.
Because Alexander's choking himself. That's what this motherfucker's doing. He finally calms down, stops choking the dude. The Enterprise is fine, but they can't leave.
Yeah, I guess he kind of threatens their life.
Let's see here. Then we get this explanation of a lot of important stuff from Alexander.
Yeah,
all the dudes go in the other room.
Yeah, he just drops it on him.
We get
Drops the
an
knowledge.
information dump here. Everybody else is in chambers meditating. We find out that Alexander doesn't have powers, and he's also the only dwarf. It's a word that he uses.
Yes.
And he calls them throwbacks to a time before they had the power.
Yes.
And Kirk is like, I'm happy without the power. Shit, I mean, it seems like they aren't very... And Kirk tells him that he goes, where you're from, are there people my size? And does everyone have the power? And he goes, buddy, no one gives a shit about size, shape, or, which is such bullshit.
Yeah, right.
He says, nobody gives a shit about size, shape, or color. And I'll tell you what, nobody has the power, and we like it just fine. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Alex like lights up, and his eyes are so big.
And then he gets hauled out of the room by somebody's powers.
He's like, well, I gotta go. It's so fucked up.
Then Bones comes in and says something heinously gross, and he's so happy about it. Like, look at his smile on his face, and the line is, the infection's begun to drain already. Because the Plutonian guy, Param, has motherfucking quick healing, like Wolverine. Like Logan.
Hey, there we go.
Paths crossed. Now, they try to beam up, and they can't, because Param is clearly blocking them, right? And they come into Param's office where Alexander is playing a weird harp and singing a fucked up weird song.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, why is the Enterprise still locked in orbit? And basically this guy says, what's he tell him?
What to stay because they need their bodies, right? Don't they need entertainment or something like that?
That's what it comes to later.
Okay.
He tells Kirk that they are going to make... Well, first off, he makes Kirk slap himself a
that
bunch.
part's really weird.
He made him Will Smith himself. And he basically says that they're going to make Bones stay.
Oh, that's right.
They go, we need a doctor so that we don't cut ourselves and die like a bunch of fucking weirdos.
And then he's like, you guys leave or else we'll kill you. If you don't leave, we'll blow up the Enterprise, but we need Bones. And then they're talking about it when they're in prison too. They're like, dude, we're not going to go on the Enterprise because who's to say that they're just going to blow us up after?
Right.
We have to stay.
And they give them these gifts. They give them like Patroclus' shield and Glorbagu's harp and somebody else's sword. A scroll of medicine penned by Hippocrates himself. They give that to Bones. And then they say, I'm sorry that I was he's like, I'm sorry I was such a dick. I was
Here are these gifts.
I was in a rage. Here are these gifts. And then he drops the bomb on him. You got to we're keeping Bones.
But yeah, we need the doctor to stay.
He says, we are determined to have your doctor, sir.
Yeah, and Kirk kind of calls the king out, just being like, you call yourselves, students of Plato.
Plato wouldn't like any of this.
This is bullshit.
Plato would say you're a bunch of chodes. You fucking chodes. So all they're trying, basically, they're just gonna the next bit of this episode is them making Kirk and Spock. This is uncomfortable.
Rough. This goes off the rails.
And there's a few sequences like this where Param is controlling Kirk and Spock's actions, and Alexander's playing a little drum. And it makes them sing embarrassing, like, children's rhymes and shit.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just, like, it's cringy. And it's not, like, effectively scary like the slap. It's just more like why is he doing this? Why does he care?
I was just going to say it's very cringe. And so Kirk, the whole time Kirk's movements are being controlled, he's telling Bones, no matter what they do to us, don't agree to stay. No matter what. And Kirk's doing a monologue from Shakespeare while he's dragging himself across the floor, really fucking hamming it up. Really? Oh.
Yeah, seriously. It's kind of a good testament though to how silly their actors of them they can be,
Remember when they were
no special
on,
effects to help them, no shaky cam.
It was the Mud Planet where he had all the robot ladies. Remember they act all goofy to confuse the robots?
Oh, yeah, that's right. They had their warm-ups.
Wow, Shatner really goes for it.
Oh, no, he does. Yeah, he puts his whole body into it. Remember when they were like blowing up and stuff and doing all the flips?
Yes. Yeah.
It's just like this, I feel. But a longer, weirder sequence. And then Kirk gets knocked on the floor, and then all of a sudden Spock like pops his elbows out and, puts his hands
he
up.
He looks like Bela Lugosi.
Yeah, looks like a Dracula.
Yeah, but he's doing like a Spanish dance. This is like a Spanish dance where they dance around
like
you.
Capoeira on his head.
Oh, yes, right? Yeah. So one second.
So bizarre, though. Because it's like, why choose this? Maybe it's obviously just to show the strength of his power, but at this point, this is maybe 4 minutes into the sequence? I'm just like, all right, we get it. I mean, they're just fucking around
forward.
now.
I have been clicking forward, dude.
Like, I can't believe that they put this on the air. I don't know if it was threatening of like, oh no, he's gonna step on him. Oh man, it's just like obviously he won't.
Oh yeah, that's right. He makes it seem
weird.
like he's gonna step on his face, and then Spock is desperately trying to control his actions. Oh, and then he gets so tired and he sits down.
I mean, it's a really good testament to. This part though is the part that really messed me up was when Spock just starts laughing, and he just keeps laughing, and Bones is like, "Stop!
You can't make a Vulcan.
Yeah,
you can't make a Vulcan experience emotions like that
because he'll experience it to the fullest and like perish that way,
Yeah, you could
He'll,
destroy him.
Stress himself out, from laughing too hard or crying too much. And that's what else makes it uncomfortable. Anytime, it's just this weird fake cry.
I don't want to see Spock. I don't want to see Spock cry in the first place, and I don't need it to be hammy and fake.
Imagine waking up, dude, on Saturday morning being like, yes, new Star Trek. I can't wait. It's going to be dope. And then it's just like this episode.
Oh, even worse than that, dude. This was not a Saturday morning show.
Yeah, that's right.
This was like a prime time show. So people tune in and see this stuff. Look at 25 minutes and 15 seconds in, Kirk is prone like a jungle cat on the ground on all
sure
fours.
People were just like, fuck this, I'm going to the bathroom, or like, is this really happening? That's what it feels weird.
I've been clicking forward by 10 seconds for the last 4 minutes, and it feels like they're still just like wrestling, and Alexander's forced to do stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Alexander rides Kirk like a pony, and Kirk's rearing up as though he's a pony. That goes on for a solid minute.
Then they do the dun dun dun,
and they cut
Bones.
They cut to commercial on Bones, just like looking distressed at what he's seeing. Like there's no action to go out on or anything. It's not very strange. There's my mouse. Good. Very strange. And then it cuts to the guys are all on their own again. Alexander and the Starship boys. And Spock is like just plaintively looking into the zone. And they're like, there's nothing we can do for him. We got to let him come out of it on his own. And then he's not really in it because he just starts talking. Mm-hmm. He's just kind of distressed about all the emotions he had to feel. He said the humiliation. He said, my muscles are sore. That is all. The humiliation must have been most difficult for you to bear. Oh, because he didn't get humiliated. And Bone says, we're used to releasing emotion. It's healthy for us.
Yeah, thanks. Bones always has a fucking gripe to pick. It could be the worst time to gripe too.
Mm-hmm.
Very
absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just, he seems to be immediately okay.
Yeah, he's just talking about how they evoked such a great hatred in him. They really got into Spock's fucking head and fucked with him.
Yeah, this is a little more serious. I guess this was for me, it was kind of a high point because this is like another point where Spock has to, go beyond his capabilities.
Like they say in Black Clover, you have to go beyond your capabilities.
Oh, there we go.
I think they say go beyond your limits.
Oh, your limit. Break the limits.
Yeah, they always say you gotta go. That's Yami, their housemaster. That's his saying. It's like you have to go beyond your limits. Black Clover is like the best fucking show in the world. And so Kirk and Bones is like, look, dude, I'm just gonna stay. I don't need them to kill you and the crew or whatever. And they're like, dude, he's not going to let us go.
Yeah, he's going to blow the Enterprise up just like he said before.
This dude's a fucking dick, dude.
Yeah,
you think he's going to let us fucking go, dude? Have you seen how they treat Alexander, dude?
Yeah,
you think these are
stupid.
Do you think these are ancient aliens of their word, dude? And he's saying Parham knows that Starfleet would that's the big thing. They want to keep their planet secret, and we find out why in a little bit. They want to keep their planet secret. So that's
and
why
he goes,
Starfleet's not going to, they're never going to let us go back to Starfleet because then Starfleet will come here and check it out.
Yes, because that would make sense.
Right. And basically, he's saying, then Alexander has this epiphany, that they,
He was just seeing, was it from watching Kirk, right?
Yes. Seeing Kirk be controlled really did something to him.
He just kind of fucking snaps. He's like, fuck this. I'm tired of being, pretending that they're gods, but you show me what they really are. They're just assholes. They're bullies. It's not me. It's not my size. It's them.
Right? It's them. Yeah. And then he just starts breaking up the fucking place, dude.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Dude, he rules. And then he's gonna go cut the guy.
See, this is a high point for me. This is exciting.
This part of the episode is a 4. He shatters the vase and takes a piece of plaster, and he's gonna go cut Parham and infect him. I'll slit him and he'll get infected. Let them die. Let them give him a taste of what they gave to me.
Yeah, and he goes, Kirk eventually calms him down, and he's saying, maybe this isn't the most effective way because they could catch you and they can kill you anyways as well.
Right.
But why don't you help in another way? How did the people get this power?
And then they find out. They got the power shortly after they arrived, a couple months after they arrived on this planet. Oh, exactly 6 months and 14 days after we got here that they started pushing me around.
Wow, he's been counting the days, damn.
And so they use logic, Spock style, to deduce that the reason they probably didn't get the powers right away is because they were using the supplies that they brought. So they had like 2.5 months of food and water or whatever, and they didn't start eating the local flora and fauna and drinking the local water for a couple months. And so Kirk says that he's got to get he's going to get some blood from Alexander, and he's going to compare it to blood from Parham.
Yeah.
And he's going to see what's missing, and then they're going to find out where it is or whatever.
Oh, yeah, this part's pretty badass.
And so the one significant difference between their blood is a concentration of Kirinide? What? The powerful element that the Enterprise was there to look for?
It's a high energy source, and apparently it comes out of the pituitary hormones.
It can control the pituitary hormones.
Excuse me.
Kirinide is an element like oil or something, but it affects your pituitary hormones, and it gave them powers.
So weird.
And the fact that he's and what's his name?
I mean, they look through the secret immediately, Parman, right? Is that what you're trying to say?
What?
That, Spock says, well, I mean, of course, Parman wouldn't tell you that the fruit gives you powers.
It's the water or whatever. It's in the water.
Yeah. Yeah, that too.
And so basically they're going to, Bones is going to synthesize a strong dose. They studied the buildup of Kirinide in Parham, and they're going to give Kirk twice as much.
Which is smart.
And Spock. Because they're going to catch up. Because they have to catch up because they don't know how long it's going to take to start working.
And supposedly Parham seems to be the strongest because he can control the Enterprise too.
Right?
So if they're doing twice the power, easy. They're kind of trying to speed up the process too.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And so Alexander's explaining that everybody has a different power level. And if they combine their power levels, it would be bad. It would never work. So everybody's just kind of an individual, right?
Yeah.
And then they're giving him twice as much. And I don't think they gave it to Spock. They did. Spock and Kirk.
Yeah, they both have it. And I think they're going to give it to Alexander, but he says no.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Because he's like, fuck that. I don't want to be like them. After what they've done to me. And then he gives this guy's got so many good speeches in this
is one
episode.
Of my favorite parts.
He's like, you think that's what I want? Become one of them? Become my own enemy?
Yeah, Kirk's like, you could just take over.
Just rely around like a big blob of nothing and have things done for me. And then he says, I want to move around for myself. I'm going to cry or laugh. I want to do it for myself. It's fucking great.
Yeah, it's a good speech.
Really rousing shit. And then all he says is, the only thing I ask is that you get out of here, you take me with you.
And then wherever you drop me off, make sure they've never heard of Platonians or Kirinide.
Kirinide.
Yeah, Kirinide.
And then the act 2 and the Act 3 surprise.
God. Yeah, this is the even more uncomfortable sequence.
Nurse Chapel and Uhura suddenly beam in, and they're being controlled, and there are weird sound effects.
It's like, boom.
And
It's
Kirk
like for
says,
women.
I guess we weren't sufficiently entertaining.
Ugh. That's what I literally said when I saw that.
So the next 5 minutes,
Disgusting.
the next 5 to 10 minutes of this is just absolutely fucking heinous. So they've got them all dressed in Roman or Greek fucking, they've all got the laurel leaves, and Kirk is dressed like Link from Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
And then the Platonians come out from behind the screen. There's obviously people pulling those panels on like back there. And Bones and the Platonians are going to watch this. They're going to watch Kirk, and they're going to put on a show.
Torture them.
They're going to torture them with humiliation.
Yeah, it's so bizarre.
He tells this asshole Parham tells the story of how they came to be on this planet. They were like, we were just a ruddy bunch of sooty-faced nobodies, and then we pulled up our bootstraps and figured things out on this planet. It definitely wasn't because we got superpowers and I'm the strongest.
Never mentions the fruit.
And they're basically just saying, oh, Bones is going to be our new member. And Bones is like, not yet. Or Kirk says, not yet, Parham. You have to convince the doctor first. And then here we go. Alexander starts strumming his harp, and then Spock
sings,
serenades the ladies.
It's funny too, right? Didn't we talk about this, that he has music?
Yeah, Leonard Nimoy is a musician, a singer. Yeah. It's like folksy, fucking. It's really good and funny.
I remember that. Yeah, I think you showed me a video.
Ah, bitter dregs, bitter dregs.
So yeah, he's just serenading.
Bitter dregs.
And this isn't, at this point, this isn't too bad. It's just like, okay, we get it. Like, it's funny that Spock's singing. They can control them.
Yeah, it's not going to get worse.
It takes a turn for the worse.
It's definitely not going to get sexual assaulty.
Yeah, it's rough.
They make them all dance together. And then they pair off in pairs that are clearly meant to stress them out, because Nurse Chapel's always had a thing for Spock, and Uhura and Kirk have always had like some weird thing, maybe.
I don't know.
You know, right? No,
I don't think so.
I feel like Kirk is like...
Kirk screwed every girl on every planet. So
yeah, but not Uhura. No, I don't think Uhura. No.
I feel like Uhura and
maybe that's why it's so uncomfortable. Probably. That's why it's so, because there is no interest.
But yeah, and it's like your boss.
And this is just, it breaks my heart.
It's disgusting.
Nurse Chapel saying about how ashamed she is to have to kiss Spock,
like,
and
this part was weird.
She's just begging Spock to make it stop. Like, please, please. And he's like, we've tried.
Yeah, and like it's the realization that Spock is just like, fuck, I'm really sorry, but we might have to do this.
We might have to fuck in front of these assholes.
Weirdos. No, and then it broke. Yeah, like, it's heartbreaking to hear. Like, I wasn't really too uncomfortable until she spoke, and she was like, I really want to do this, but not like this.
Right?
Like, this is fucked. And I was like, oh God, this is weird. I've watched a lot of SVU as well, so I'm just like,
you got that. You got your
Benson bells
to it,
ring, and I was just like, oh my God, this is fucked.
And then we get to Uhura and Kirk, and she's like, I'm so afraid, Captain. And he's like, this is all just because they want to feel powerful. And he's like, don't let them. And then, God, they're just
so awkward.
Cut back to Spock and still making out. And then
they're just like twitching on each other.
They're talking
they're both trying to back up.
Kirk and Uhura are talking to each other so close, and they're talking about the situation they're in while their bodies are like doing this weird, it's not sexy, but it's clearly like supposed to be exaggerated and sexy. And then they kiss. And then shit gets violent.
Oh my God! Then it gets even worse.
Yeah, because
that's right.
Because the lady is like, what's her name?
She's a pig.
Yeah, she's not a good person. Philana. She's like, I'm impatient. Wait, is that what she says? She says,
yeah. She was just like, this sucks.
Oh yeah. So Kirk and Uhura are kissing, and she's into Kirk, kind of.
Yeah, you can tell.
And she says, Parham, let's get on with it. And then he says, you're so impatient.
Yes,
and then they're going to make him fight.
The character Philana, not the actress. Philana's rude.
Right. Philana is an evil wench, and Barbara Babcock is a wonderful actress who did 98 episodes of Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
Oh,
That's where I recognize her from. I watched that with my mom. And so they're going to make Kirk and Spock attack the ladies. Kirk's got a bullwhip and Spock's got a club or something. Or no, he's got a hot iron.
Oh my God.
A hot iron that was in coals.
Yeah, but it's like Kirk whipping Uhura.
Kirk is whipping at Uhura. I don't like that. I don't like the racial.
Yeah.
Not into that.
It's like, come on. It could have been anyone else now at that point.
Right. Why didn't they? Anyway.
It's weird.
There's no. Nichelle Nichols probably didn't feel good about that.
No, of course not. The shit was awkward. And I'm sure they had to did the retakes and shit. But anyways, so after all this, thank God Spock doesn't put the hot iron thing on. Alexander tries to go in for the kill.
Yeah, Alexander tries to kill Parham.
Shout out to Alexander.
Yeah, and then Parham stops him with his mind powers.
He's like, you know what? Fuck this. If you want death, you'll have it.
And then Kirk finally gets his mind powers. He says, I did get it. I did it.
He just slaps the whip down.
And the next one of you that tries any trick will get hurt. Because not only do I have your psychokinetic abilities, I have twice your power level.
Yeah.
They really get into the weeds with the power level. It's very...
By the way, technically, and then at this point, the funniest sequence, I think, in Star Trek happens. Parm is using Alexander to attack Kirk, and then Kirk
is like
turning Alexander around
to attack Parham.
It's so sad, but it's so funny because they're going back and forth, and it's like dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
Who will be the stronger?
It's so fucked.
Oh, and then Parham immediately turns into a punk and is like, "Please, Captain, don't!
I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
No. Oh, I do not wish to die. Stop, please."
And it's like, really?
And Alexander is begging for Kirk to let him kill Parham. And then Kirk is like, do you want to be like him?
Hit him with guilt.
Yeah, hit him with the old, do you want to be like them?
Don't be a dick. And so then basically Parham just surrenders.
Yeah. So there's going to be, Kirk says there's going to be other starships, and Parham says there's no need for concern. They'll be safe. Of late, I have begun to think that we have become bizarre and unproductive. We're like, existing merely to nourish our power. It's time for some fresh air.
Yeah, he's like, this was pretty weird. This whole whipping thing, I don't know. That kind of got out of hand.
Right? And then he says,
what are we doing here?
He goes, we will welcome your visitors.
Yeah, with open arms, I guess.
Nope. And Spock says, nah, you're not going to do that shit.
Yeah, he's like, look, as soon as we leave, you've been doing this for 2,500 years. Like, you're not going to take a day off, you dick.
So, yeah, and basically what Kirk says is, if you guys fucking do anything, we'll be right back here with double your power and we'll fuck you up. And there's only 38 of you. And then Parham says, uncontrolled power will turn even saints into savages. It's like, dude, you're not a saint.
See, yeah, he gets all humble all of a sudden now that he almost died. He's just like, oh, time to be a good person now.
Dude sucks.
And it's like the nice caveats of like, I do realize now that at this point, my actions were a mistake. It's like, get the fuck out of here. You always knew your actions were a mistake.
Right?
2,500 years of crime, and you're like, oh, my bad. I'm bored. Get out of here.
And then, very sweet moment when
this is probably the best part.
Alexander gets to beam back to the ship with Kirk.
Yay.
He goes, we've got a visitor coming up, and Alexander's stoked. Then it just cuts to the Enterprise.
Directive.
Well,
I mean, honestly, at this point,
well, they were captured by they're like a post-warp civilization,
right?
They had to have warp to go to Earth 2,000 years ago and shit.
That's
you know,
right.
like so they're a post-warp civilization. It's fine. They're just dicks.
Yeah,
and that's
it was solid though.
And that is Plato's Stepchildren. So what'd you think, Al? We're gonna rate this when you get to your rating. We're gonna rate it in broken pieces of vase. Vase knives. Vase knives. So go ahead. What'd you think? Give me your ideas.
That cringy sequence was, both of them. Both of those really messed up sequences.
There's 9 minutes of them controlling the crew.
Really fucking dumb. I think if they cut that out, this would have been like at least a 3.5 or a 4. But I think now it's probably 2.5, a 3. The best part was Alexander, easily.
Dude, he was great.
Without a doubt.
He had so many good, he had so many good lines, good action.
Funny, he had
face.
And I think the funny parts too were between Kirk and Parman, excuse me, controlling Alexander, trying to kill one another. They always do the Greek stuff. I don't know what's with the philosopher things. Maybe that's just like what they had on the back lot or whatever. And they're just like, whatever. And they just had these extra posts.
Jason and the Argonauts, they had the columns hanging out.
Yeah, and I think other than that, though, it's interesting in the fact that they throw in these little like ideas of, little sci-fi tropes that end up being massive later with telekinesis and stuff. Like showing your power, being a dick, fucking moving other people around.
Yeah, dude. I think
it's cool that we always find that stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It's good science fiction, and there's hardly anything on the Enterprise. We didn't even mention that.
Seriously.
It's a very low Enterprise.
Honestly, just those two parts were probably the worst.
So what's your rating then?
It's still a 3.
3.
It's a middle.
3 vase knives. And I am going to say that the first time I watched this episode, I thought it was terrible. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, oh, I kind of get it a little bit more. I think it's weird that they get so in the weeds with we've got double the power level, and they had to explain a reason, like their explanation for why. So why don't some of them just work together to oust Parham? And he's like, well, everybody's got their own wavelength, their own frequency, and when they work together, it doesn't work. And it's like, couldn't you just throw multiple knives at the guy? Each one of you throws a knife at him. You can only stop one knife or whatever. Like their explanation for how they learned about Plato and the fact that they just happened to be on Earth back then. They were definitely hanging out with the other aliens that were on Earth back then.
They're like, dude, that's just some guy.
It just really felt like they had to do too much explaining of like
that's
stuff.
what's weird about these episodes, I feel. And this one and the next one, they just like explain a lot of things.
It's the greater version of them just saying the title,
Right. Yeah, and I think like there's fluff. There's a lot of fluff in these episodes. I mean, what are we talking about? There's 9 minutes of this weird cerebral torture or whatever.
Right?
And this just doesn't move anything at all other than the fact that they're weirdos.
Also, how many of these fucking episodes are going to start with them being like, we got a distress call? Like, the next one
That's
I think is the same, right?
Yeah, it is a distress call. That's a good point.
They always they're like, oh, we got to kick this episode off. How do we get them to this planet? Fuck it. Just they find a distress call and then the story happens.
They answer every distress call, apparently.
They're supposed to. That's their job, but
they're just out there.
But yeah, dude.
Out there.
So I give this one 2.75 vase knives.
Yeah.
Just because it was so like the stuff that was like that's all Alexander.
You could skip around, yeah.
That's all Alexander and Barbara Babcock being
that's true.
awesome.
She did a good job.
She was real good. I didn't really think the guy who played Parham, Liam Sullivan, wasn't a fan.
Meh.
And they could have given the Enterprise more to do.
Yeah, other than shake around with Scotty.
They could have cut one of those creepy mind control sequences in favor of like showing stuff happening on the ship for a little bit.
Yeah, or shit blowing up.
I wonder maybe if like the set was under construction or something.
And then they're like, "Fuck, we can't do it on the Enterprise.
We gotta add another. We gotta stretch. Maybe all those mind control sequences. Maybe the mind control sequences were only like a minute originally, and then they were like found out they couldn't use the Enterprise or something. They're like, we gotta stretch those. Make them ride them around.
Yeah. Now make Spock dance.
I want behind the scenes footage of like the director like yelling out what to do.
Yeah, right. It's such a strange pitch, but it was a pretty solid episode. I like the I don't know. I just like all the characters, the guest stars.
Honestly, 2.75 or 3 for me is like not terrible because
it's watchable.
Like 5 is the best of the best of the best.
That's Bounds of Terror
is the 5.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what we thought about this episode, Plato's Stepchildren. And for my recommendation, my media recommendation this week, I'm going to say that people should go watch Axel F., the new Axel Foley movie that's the sequel to Beverly Hills Cop 3. I watched it, and I wanted to hate it, but like the needle drops are the people who did the soundtrack for that fucking movie. They got the assignment. It feels like because, Beverly Hills Cop 2 and 3 are not good. But no. The first Beverly Hills Cop is fucking great. And it just really felt like they were doing a good job. I do think it's funny because it says like an Eddie Murphy Productions production at the beginning, because for legally it's got to be the name of his production company, right? And his production company is Eddie Murphy Productions. So it says it's an Eddie Murphy Productions production.
Oh, no.
When it could have just said it's an Eddie Murphy production. Anyway, it's a good movie. Watch Axel F. What do you got for us? I'm melting.
Let's see. Honestly, there's just one album that I would recommend this week. It's big. This is it's making moves. This guy, he had, I guess, around 900,000 followers, and then he released the album, and he boosted, I just saw, 1.3 million.
Wow.
So 300,000 people were like, all right, cool. But it's called True Magic by this guy called Salute.
Salute.
And it's I guess, UK garage house and just house music straight through.
Dance
but it's
music.
Everything that's I guess it's on the edge. This is the new thing.
This is the new house music.
Yeah, it's the new groove, I feel. I feel like a lot of people are going to hear these songs and play them in their sets and stuff. Disclosure, another favorite of mine. They're a group, did house music a lot. They did, what's that song? Latch, that really popular one. I don't know if you know it. But anyways, they got the co-signed by them. They got all these other features that are showing a lot of good vocals too. And just crazy, I don't know, it's crazy range. It's crazy how it still surprises me. After all these years, I've been listening to house music for 20 years, and it's still a freaking kick, and it's still a freaking snare on the 4, and it's people could still make crazy shit out of it. That just blows my mind.
Yeah, man.
And then there's those tech house weirdos that are just listening to really minimal stuff, but this is maximalist, UK house, this is going to be at the arenas.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll definitely show you some after.
Salute. All right. Well, hey, so next week we're coming back to talk about a very peculiarly titled episode, which they just tell us the title, or they just say the title again. She just says the title. It's called In the Wink of an Eye.
Oh, yes.
Which I think is funny because I believe the saying is in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, I think that's what I initially said that too.
Yeah, it's strange. But anyway, In the Wink of an Eye, it's a good one. I liked In the Wink of an Eye quite a bit more than Plato's Stepchildren. And there you have it. So thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, guys.
Come
Appreciate
on back.
it.
Do all the stuff in the bumper. Rate, review, subscribe. Help us out. And come on back next week.
Peace.
Trek in the Valley is executive produced by Adam Ordall Quinnell and Al Hirt. Theme song by Al Hirt. Recorded by Adam. Mixed and edited by Al. Check the show notes for our socials, and you can email the pod at trekinthevalley, all one word, @gmail.com. Like, subscribe, review, and always explore strange new fucking worlds.